House of Commons, there must be proper compensation for NHS patients who were infected by contaminated blood in the 1970s and 80s. Glenn Wilkinson from the City, who contracted hepatitis C, publicly burned a copy of a report into the scandal, which was published yesterday. The Prime Minister has apologised to victims and their families, but Diana Johnson says more needs to be done.
What we need is a proper system for supporting and compensating all those affected. The APPG report published a few weeks ago showed the current system is simply not meeting the needs of those that it's meant to help and is not fit for purpose. I would seek a reassurance from both front benches that whoever forms the next government, swift action is taken to provide a permanent settlement on support and compensation.
Diana Johnson, well, we saw Glenn in the pictures just before that. He's back from Scotland. He's in the studio with us now. Good evening to you.
Evening.
Very good to see you. Why are you and many others angry at this long-awaited report, this huge report here, and called it a whitewash and indeed set fire to it yesterday, as we saw?
Well, it took over 6 years, this report, to come to its conclusions, and it cost £12 million, and it singularly failed to address many of the issues that the campaigners wanted addressing.
But the report says that few matters could have been done differently, and nothing more could have been done to prevent the transmission of HIV. Do you accept that?
Absolutely not, no. There are many opportunities the government had to address this issue, to make sure that people were not infected with these terrible viruses, including HIV and hepatitis C. We did have in 2009 a report in England, the Archer Inquiry, which found exactly that.
Blame is not apportioned by Penrose. Is that what you wanted, to know whose fault it was?
Absolutely. I think that was what we expected, and there's no accountability in this report whatsoever.
You have an apology. You had the apology from the Prime Minister yesterday and £25 million from the government. Is that the end of it now?
Absolutely not. No, we're going a lot further than this.
What are you going to do?
Our next step is within the Contaminated Blood campaign, which I'm part of, is to actually take the Department of Health to court, and we've got a High Court action currently underway, and we're going to be pursuing that with all vigour now.
Some of the people are obviously no longer with us. I mean, what is it that you want? Is it money?
It's a package of measures, really, and finance is one of those things, but it's also access to treatment, a recognition of the harm and the damage that's been done to us, and final recognition by government that this issue needs sorting out once and for all, because prior to this, all we've ever had is like piecemeal type payments, and it's never been addressed.
Let me just ask you finally and briefly, how did that blood transfusion change your life forever in the 80s?
This blood transfusion has affected every part of my life, from my earnings potential to the relationship with my family, and it's devastating for many people. I actually class myself as lucky, because there are people out there who are living with terminal illness now, and many people have passed away. We've lost 2,000 people so far, over 2,000, after 5,000 people have been infected, and it's not acceptable.
Incredible story. Glenn, thank you very much to you for coming in tonight. As I say, we will follow the story. Thank you for watching this Thursday night. Still ahead on